Well guys, what a time to be in the stock market, I must say. On Monday, the Dow dropped 650 points. It was the worst day since early September. On Tuesday, the Dow dropped 222 points. That is my favorite number, all those twos lined up like that. 222 points again Tuesday. Here today, we knew it was probably going to be bad, right? Because you know why? We went ahead and we watched the European markets and what was happening over there. And it was ugly. The DAX was down over 4%, okay? The CAC was down 3.37%. And usually if it's that ugly in Europe, it's going to lead into our next day being pretty ugly. Germany's blue chip DAX index led the sell-off, down over 4%, while France's CAC tumbled 3.5% after reports that both countries are set to announce fresh lockdown measures. New Rona cases, hospitalizations, and deaths have continued to surge across Europe and the United States in recent days, prompting further restriction measures in many countries. No bueno, okay? And then on my IG last night, I was keeping you guys up to date as the futures were kind of going. And at first I was covering it and it was down like 400, right? And then I was posting and it was down 500. And then futures were down 600. And then finally I had to go to sleep shortly after the market opened. It was like, geez, by that time it was like 7 a.m. here in Vegas, okay? And look what ended up happening today. The Dow was down nearly 1,000 points, okay? Down 943 points is where it finished out at. Down 3.43%, just a massive move down. And not just that, the Dow over the past 4 days has dropped around 1,900 points, okay? So all these losses are tacking up. Let's put it that way. I mean, you're talking about almost 2,000 points lost in just 4 trading days? You know, okay, the numbers are starting to add up, okay? Let's just put it that way, especially if this continues over the next few weeks or month or so, okay? The NASDAQ was down 3.73% here today, down over 500 points in the past 3 trading days. Massive move down there, okay? S&P 500, look at this, down 3.53%. That's around a 200 point loss in just 3 trading days, guys. The moves are, it's really starting to add up. Let's put it that way, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about this. What the heck is going on and where are some opportunities in the market? What stocks are really downtrending that might be ops? And we'll just talk about all these different things in this video here today. Hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, smash a thumbs up if you don't mind. That helps us out in the YouTube algorithm like a huge amount. I appreciate each and every one of you. Also smash a thumbs up if you're ready for some deals in this dang market, okay? If you want to take stock market investing super serious, you want to learn my strategies inside and out and be part of the private group, first you got to go ahead and fill out an application, okay? So if you want to go ahead and do that, that's the first link in the description down there. Let's start getting into this, guys. The afternoon will bring quarterly results for many of the world's largest tech companies. This is talking about tomorrow. The Amazing Zone, Slapple, the FB, Google Mcdougall, market caps combining for $5 trillion, more than $5 trillion technically, okay? They're all reporting tomorrow afternoon. It's gonna be crazy, okay? I mean, absolutely crazy. Get ready, get your seatbelt on because we don't know what's about to happen, okay? I mean, a lot of these companies will report, I think, very strong earnings, but just strong earnings is not enough because a lot of these stocks have climbed a lot. And there's so much worries about the next few quarters and how things might weaken, okay? So don't get caught up into just looking at whatever the numbers they report are. Because look at Microsoft reported really good numbers. And I think Microsoft fell today. And yes, I just went ahead and checked on my iPad right now. And literally Microsoft fell 5% today. 5%. And they beat pretty much all their numbers out there, okay? Okay, so when all these earnings come out tomorrow, we'll see what happens with this. But yeah, we're talking about market caps of over $5 trillion if you combine those 4 companies. And so we'll see where the numbers line up and how the market takes those numbers, the guidance, and the commentary on those conference calls. It's gonna be big, okay? You obviously have this situation, okay? French President Emmanuel Macron imposes new nationwide lockdown as Rona cases surge. Okay, I mean, headlines like that, it's just not a good look for the economy and it's just not a good look for the stock market, okay? I mean, that's about as scary of headlines as you'll possibly see for the stock market and the economy in general, okay? New nationwide lockdowns, I mean, when you think about that, okay, what you need to think about is, okay, they're trying to stop the Rona, but also what you need to be thinking is, man, a lot of businesses are probably going to go under, okay? I mean, the government can only help out so much, and sometimes it's just, even whatever the government tries to help out with, it's just not nearly enough to help out a lot of these businesses, and it just means likely a lot more unemployment, a lot more businesses going under, and those sorts of things, and financial stress, and obviously just like worries from the stock market perspective about earnings and things like that, okay? Well, obviously, we see a headline like this: Biden's polling lead adds to market fears that there will be no stimulus until 2021, okay? So essentially, you know, Biden's gonna likely win, okay? I mean, I don't know what else to say other than that. Biden's gonna likely win, and there's probably not going to be a stimulus package until 2021. I don't think Trump's going to put through a stimulus package and the Republicans and Democrats are going to suddenly agree on something until basically 2021. So, you know, what does that mean? Does that mean we get a stimulus package in January, February, March? Like what's the timing, okay? And this means we're probably going to go into holiday season with, you know, a lot of states, you know, continue to close things down a little bit, especially as some places, the Rona cases have gone crazy, right? And so if you have some more restrictions, maybe some more bankruptcies, maybe unemployment all of a sudden starts to tick up again, and you have no stimulus and it's holiday season, I don't know. It's a mess, okay? It's a mess. It's not good, and it's the situation we're at right now. But yeah, Biden's absolutely leading massively in the polls, okay? I've told you guys, I've gone on record, and I'm more than happy to say it once again. Biden's going to win this election. He's probably going to win it big, okay? And I thought, you know, some people are like, no way, Trump's going to win, things like that. And respect, okay? You should always hope and think your candidate's going to win, okay? I will tell you, if Biden loses the election, I will gladly shave my head again, and I've only shaved my head once in my life. I did it earlier this year, right after Rona started, and I absolutely hated it, okay, with a passion. But I will tell you, if I am wrong about this election and Trump somehow pulls out a victory, I will shave my head, and I'll probably even put some clips of getting my head shaved, which I absolutely hate, into a video, okay? And I'll also make a video on the main channel called I Was Wrong, okay? So put me down for that. I'm a man of my word. I will absolutely shave my head, and I will make a video called I Was Wrong if somehow Trump wins, but that's more than likely not going to happen. And the market's accepting that, and accepting the fact that we won't likely get stimulus until 2021 at some point. And as of October, I mean, we're still in the end of October, right? I mean, that seems like a million years from now, okay? And I'll also say I'll never look at polls for the rest of my life if somehow Trump was to win this election. That you can just like throw polls out for all of eternity, because that would be 2 straight elections they were wrong, okay? We'll give them a pass on the last one, but this one, if this one's wrong, like, never look at polls again, okay? That's all I got to say. Now, a lot of people are wondering why the stock market fell so dramatically today, and it's because just everybody moved money out of all the big stocks and moved into the very good food company, which was up 20% here today. Look at this guy, Frankie says, the only green of my 20 stock and 4 ETF portfolio. Thank you, very good pushers. All right, that's a joke, okay? I'm just kidding. But by the way, long-term holders, I think we're going to be happy with that one long term. We'll see how it all shakes out, but I'm certainly not selling after a 20% gain, and I hope you know, the other people that are buying in are going to be in this one for long term, kind of like Planet. It's funny, people are like, oh, that's another P&D, man. That's a P&D play. It's like, didn't they learn from the Planet situation? Like, we're up 150+% and we're not selling. Like, you know, people can chase the breadcrumbs, man. We'll go after the loaf of bread. Like, you know, people want to worry about 10% gains. They can. We're worried about hundreds of percent gains and thousands of percent gains. So everybody can do all the short-term crap they want to do. At the end of the day, man, we're in it for the long term, okay? Now, big tech. Can big tech save us? Because the earnings coming out tomorrow from the big dogs, all the big dogs are reporting tomorrow. Can they save us? Let's hope not, okay? Let's hope not, okay? Let's hope these big dogs can't save us, because we're finally getting some opportunities in the market. Finally starting to see some weakness. Look at Tesla Tesla today. It was down over 4%. Tesla from its highs is down over $100 a share now at this point in time. So I'm not saying Tesla's the best deal in the world, certainly not, but at the same time, if you're somebody that's looking for, you know, to get in this stock and you want to be in this for the next 5-10 years, you're a big, you know, Tesla believer, it's a lot better to buy Tesla at $400 a share than $500 a share, right? So we're finally starting to get some weakness in Tesla Tesla. Look at Dropbox. This is a stock that was already a deal. Anything under $20 a share, in my opinion, is a smoking deal for Dropbox. And here today, it's down to $18 and some change, okay? So this is another stock that I just think is a really big opportunity over the next few years that is trading way cheap, and I think that's a massive op, okay? Obviously, the Planet fell yesterday, and that shows yesterday's price. I don't know why it doesn't update on Stock Tracker, but anyways, that's yesterday. It fell 5%. Today, it actually only fell about 1% or so, so I was actually surprised it didn't fall bigger considering the market was down huge, but yeah, the Planet's gotten a little weakness recently, right? The FB, look at the FB today. It was down 5.5%. I mean, that, you know, the FB down 5.5% is pretty darn attractive, okay? There's no other way to put it. Anytime the FB is under 300, you're getting a pretty good deal. If it's under 200, you're getting crazy deal, okay? Just crazy deal. But anytime the FB is under 300, it's also a really good deal. And at 267, it's pretty darn attractive. Never mind if it continues to go down more. Skyworks Solutions under 140 now after a 3.67% downward move here today. That's pretty darn attractive. Wins under 70 bucks. Man, anytime you get win under 70, woohoo! Ah, man, that's just a thing of beauty, okay? That's all I got to say about that. Anytime wins under 70, it is just beautiful, okay? Switch, look at Switch here today. That one was down over 3%. Massive player in the data center space. The servers that a lot of companies have that cannot be on the cloud because you can't have everything on the cloud, especially for privacy and security reasons and things like that. And Switch is a huge player in that market. And look at this stock here today. You know, it was down 3% or so. So yeah, there's definitely opportunity opening up in Switch stock. You look at Stitch Fix, look at this one, okay? This one's amazing. I mean, just straight up amazing. Is Stitch Fix. It is so strong. The stock was up here today. Okay, up. This is one of the strongest stocks in the stock market right now. Let me be very clear about this. Literally one of the strongest stocks in the market. Absolutely incredible Stitch Fix is. I mean, just extraordinary. Look at the stock chart here for Stitch Fix over the last few days. As the Dow has dropped almost 2,000 points in the last 4 trading days, what has Stitch Fix done other than go up and up and up? That stock is remarkable. There's something going on underlying with Stitch Fix that I think Wall Street's catching on to. And maybe there's actually been a pretty big change in Stitch Fix's business model, kind of on the DL over the last few months around algorithms and kind of, you know, basically showing you some items on the website that you'll probably like without having to ship them to your house and things like that. I just feel like there's something big happening at Stitch Fix, and Wall Street's catching on to this because this stock is ridiculously strong right now. I mean, absolutely ridiculously strong. Somebody knows a lot of stuff. That's all I'm going to say. And this is a stock I started buying, you know, somewhat recently. I haven't got it built into a big position though, and I'm thinking, man, maybe I should have built it a lot bigger than I have it right now. I might only have $20 to $30 or $40,000 in it right now. Okay, look at Slack. Ticker symbol WORK. This one was down almost 5% here today. That one's obviously, you know, it's struggling at the moment. There's no other way to put it. That one's definitely struggling, and definitely some opportunity for folks that believe in Slack long term. We use it for our business, and a lot of people do. And obviously, there's big competitors in that space. Well, there's actually just one big competitor in that space. Everything else is kind of like nothing. Okay, it's Microsoft and WORK in that space. But yeah, huge move down here, Dave. Cake, Cheesy Cake Factory, down under 30, okay? When it gets under 30, it gets interesting. When it gets under 25, that's when it's a really good deal. If you ever get under 20, like I was back when I bought, when did I start buying that one, guys? Was it like 4 or 5 months ago or so? I was actually Graham that actually ended up kind of, I don't want to say talking me into it because no one ever talks me into a stock, but he's actually one that brought that to my attention, the Cheesecake Factory. And man, I was able to get in that one under 20, and we did very, very well with that one. I took all my profits, a little over 30, I think, in both my accounts, and that was a crazy nice profit in a very short amount of time. But I can tell you, if that one falls back under 25 again, woo, I will gladly pick up some cakey. Let's put it that way, okay? Fizzy Get Dizzy was down 5% here today. As a stock that obviously has climbed a lot. It has over doubled since it was under 40 back in the kind of the April time frame, somewhere around that. But still, this is a stock that used to be $120+ a share. So, you know, it's more opportunities opening there. RVLV, otherwise known as the Revolve, okay, they are under 20 again, and that's a very interesting stock. Huge long-term opportunity, kind of like a Stitch Fix, a different business model, online retail at the end of the day, selling clothing items, you know, different way they kind of do business. But yeah, that one when it gets under 20 is interesting. Elf on a Shelf was down 3% here today. A company that benefits massively, basically when people want to still buy makeup, but they want good makeup for cheaper prices. Okay, that's Elf. Foot Locker, look at the FL today, down over 5%. A lot of people scared about, if Roni keeps going crazy, are people going to want to go to malls? Foot Locker obviously has a big mall business. They also have a big e-commerce business that has, just like gone crazy over the past year. But at the same time, people historically just think of Foot Locker as like, in the mall. And if people are scared to go to the mall, maybe they don't go to Foot Locker, okay? That one's down over 5% here today. Look at Qualcomm here today, down 3.44%. Remember, we're just starting to get into the 5G wave, and this is a wave that's going to last the next 5-10 years. And I can't think of another company better positioned in the world to have their business go up substantially than Qualcomm when it comes to 5G. And look at that stock here today, down 3.44%. Okay, I think I bought some shares in that stock. I think they were under 60, and man, I bought such a small amount. I should have bought so heavy. It is what it is. Look at the big banks here today. Wells Fargo is down over 3%, so which means that's a pretty normal day for Wells Fargo stock. JP Morgan, on the other hand, down 2.81%. That stock's under $100 a share. Very interesting stock. When it goes under $100 a share, it is a very interesting stock for those of you that want a banking name and maybe want dividends. It might be a stock to maybe look into a little bit. It's the best bank in my opinion. It's the only bank I own. I only own a little bit in my dividends only account. I could make it a much bigger position, especially if it continues to fall. It's the only banking name I like out there. The only one, okay, is JPM. And look at this stock. You can basically pick it up for the same price it was several years ago. I mean, we're a couple months away from 2021, and to get it at this price, you got to go back to like January 2018, okay? So yeah, the valuation on JPM, if you're looking for a banking name, very intriguing. Look at a stock like Lemonade here today, under $50 a share. Wow, huh? Okay, Lemonade's getting interesting. Now it's in the 40s, and this is a stock that I'm pretty interested in. I think the business model is really intriguing. I think the valuation is really high. Still, even at 49, valuation is really high. But I can tell you, if that one continues to drop, I will likely be interested in buying that stock at some point in time because I really like the management team there, and I really like the business model and the focus. I think there's something special about that company, okay? Capri Holdings, ticker symbol CPRI. That's a luxury holding company that holds, several different brands out there. 21 bucks here today, down 6%. If that one falls under 20, it gets really, really intriguing valuation wise, okay? Trevor Milton Chocolates, look at this one. Whatever. The real. Look at this one, okay? This was an interesting one. $13 a share. Anytime this one gets into those low teens or below, woo! I mean, the Real is a company that I think is just going to have their business continue to go up and up and up over the next decade. I think they're in a real sweet spot. I think they're going to carve out a really nice niche. They already have, and I think that's going to continue to go up and up for them. And I think they've got a business model that's going to be pretty hard to duplicate their brand over the long term. Really intriguing stock, guys, and down 4.4% here today. Might be a stock to look into a bit, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. Boeing Corporation. Look at this one, under $150 a share. Now, I've been on record several times saying Boeing's going to have a very tough next year or two because basically there's just not going to be a lot of plane orders going in. The airlines are fighting for their lives right now. Let's be very clear. And being that the airlines are fighting for their lives, it's not like they're going to run out and place a bunch of plane orders. Like, first, the airlines have to try to get their business back to somewhat normal over the next 12 to 18 months, okay? I think it's closer to 18 months than it is 12 months, but eventually airline business is going to come back. Travel will return to somewhat normal levels. It's going to take 1 to 1.5 years, okay? But then after that, they have to start, actually having the cash flows go really, really positive and the confidence come back in the business model for these companies, the airline companies, to go ahead and say, okay, now we're going to start placing plane orders again. So Boeing, this is why I haven't gotten involved with this company yet. It's just, I feel like it's too early days in this one. If this one's still around 150 or under 6 months from now, 12 months from now, that's intriguing to me. But this early, no, okay? We're too far away from Boeing's business revival, in my personal opinion. That's why I'm not touching that one yet, okay? But like I said, if it falls a bunch more, or it's anywhere around this level, 6 months, 12 months from now, then we can talk. Maybe I'll be a purchaser, okay? Caterpillar, look at that one here today, down over 4%. Caterpillar's kind of a crazy one, right? Because obviously they benefit massively from construction equipment. And one side of things you can say, well, maybe construction spending is going to slow down a lot over the next year or two. I'm talking commercial construction. Maybe maybe a residential construction slows down at some point in time, although it hasn't. And so you might look at Caterpillar and be like, I don't know about that one. But also remember, there could be huge infrastructure bills coming over the next couple of years. And we know infrastructure in the US has to be fixed in a massive way. And if there's a massive infrastructure bill, guess who's going to benefit likely as much as anybody from that? Caterpillar will, okay? So it's kind of like glass half full, glass half empty with Caterpillar over the next couple years, in my opinion, but that is a phenomenal company over the long term, okay? Look at AMD here today, down over 3%. Look at Nvidia here today, down 5.75% for Nvidia, okay? Those stocks are getting more intriguing. Nvidia, oh man, I remember I bought that one for $100-something a share and I sold out for a quick short-term profit. Man, that was a bad decision. Anytime I take a little short-term profit like that, it usually comes back to bite me because usually the stock goes up way more and usually everything plays out exactly how I planned it. And look at that one. Now it's $500-something a share. Insane, okay? Google Mcdougall. It's a stock that has a very interesting valuation. One of the most interesting valuations of any stock of the big tech space, okay? This one's down 5.5%, down $88 a share here today when it comes to Google Mcdougall. Absolutely a very fair valuation for Google, okay? Very fair, let's put it that way, okay? You look at Slapple, down 4.6% here today. There's a stock that has ran a lot, okay? So there's a lofty expectations, and I think iPhone numbers are going to be incredibly strong over the next few quarters. Obviously, the new iPhone numbers aren't even going to be in this quarter they're about to report. They will be in the future quarters, but there's lofty expectations around Slapple. So we don't know, even if they come out with amazing numbers, maybe the stock doesn't move much, or maybe it moves down just because the expectations have gotten up too high for Apple. We'll see, okay? If you look at the two biggest fast food giants in the world, McDonald's, Starbucks, both those stocks fell quite a bit today, okay? McDonald's down 3.7%, Starbucks down 3.2%. I don't think there's any real reason why those stocks were down big other than just the markets were down big in general. So those stocks just kind of moved down with it, okay? And so we definitely have a lot of worries about the stock market and the economy over the next 3 to 6 months. I think there's definitely, I think it's definitely right to kind of be worried about things to a certain extent of how things are going to shake out here over the next 3 to 6 months. A lot of that stimulus money's been spent now of that first package, and we have possible closures of more businesses and things like that, and maybe the economy slows down even more. So it's definitely right for people to worry about the stock market and about the economy in the next 3 to 6 months. Those worries are justified in my opinion. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy this. As always, if you don't mind, smash a thumbs up. That helps YouTube channel out massively. Also, let me know if you smash a thumbs up if you want some deals out there. Let's put it that way, which we're getting some more intriguing stuff. Also, if you want to start taking stock market investing super serious, you want to know my strategies, exactly what I look for in stocks, all those sorts of things inside and out, apply for the private stock group. That'll allow you to get in the private Discord chat, all those sorts of things, get on the call with somebody happy from my team and see if that's a good fit for you or not. Okay, that's first link in the description down there. Thank you for watching and have a great day.